Hello and welcome to your Mining Disrupt News Surge for Monday, February 19th, 2024. Please keep in mind that everything I say on this channel is for entertainment and education purposes only. You should do your own research and looking into whatever it is that you want to do with your money. That is no bearing of mine whatsoever. Today, we're going to be talking about the price and where the price might go and how previous models are being shattered. Before we do that, let's get into the numbers. We are over here on timechaincalendar.com and we are looking at a total coin price of 51,829. It keeps on hovering right around that 52,000, which means that for the first time in some time, you are going to get less than 2,000 sats per dollar. We're looking at 1,930. Remember how last week we were close to 9 minutes, just over? Well, yeah, things evened out and we're back over 10 minutes. The fees are 25 sats per VByte for high priority, and anytime is down to 10. And I've seen that as low as single digits. Saw it down to 2, I think it was yesterday. Now, before we go any further, keep in mind that this year in Miami, Florida, you can go to the Mining Disrupt Conference. This is where you're going to learn all about Bitcoin mining, energy, kind of anything related to Bitcoin, sure, but definitely focused on the mining aspect. And if you don't have miners, you don't have Bitcoin. So get your tickets to that. You can check down, where's my QR code? Right down over here. And get tickets to your Mining Disrupt Conference this year, happening in Miami, Florida, June 24th through the 26th.
I'm anticipating that by the time we get to the end of 2025, we're talking 2 years, we're going to see total inflows of more than $150 billion. We're only at 5 right now.
And what is going to propel? That's a big claim. That's a big number. What's going to propel that?
It really isn't all that big when you do the simple arithmetic. Individual investment advisors, independents, those that are operating their own firms, collectively manage around $8 trillion in assets, and 3/4 of them, in every industry survey done by DAC-FP as well as by Bitwise, all show that 3/4 of advisors say that they're going to allocate to these ETFs, and that their average allocation is going to be about 2.5% of assets. Do the arithmetic. $8 trillion times 77% times 2.5% is $150 billion worth of flows, and that's just independent advisors. It excludes the wirehouses, it excludes the regional broker-dealers, it excludes the institutional investors.
Well, once the news gets out there that, hey, this Bitcoin thing is a train that you want to be on, more and more people are going to try and pile onto that train. This one is from Stack Hodler. He says, "You really aren't bullish enough on Bitcoin. All of your existing models for Bitcoin are based on data that is now completely obsolete. Rumor has it that over-the-counter desks have set up makeshift boiler rooms to speed dial whales and beg them for sub 100K Bitcoin. Meanwhile, trillions in investment capital sits frozen on the sidelines, unable to move for the next 60 days. Why, you ask? Registered investment advisors have a 90-plus day waiting period before they can allocate to new investment products. RIAs are watching Bitcoin run, twitching like greyhounds in the race traps, waiting to secure a position for their clients. Meanwhile, MicroStrategy is rocketing even more than Bitcoin. It's up 63% in the past 3 months compared to 46% for Bitcoin. But a MSTR pump is just a delayed Bitcoin pump. Saylor will be selling more MSTR shares and buying Bitcoin with the proceeds, but that's not all. With this performance, there's a chance that MicroStrategy could end up in the S&P 500. If that happens, MSTR will receive tens of billions in passive flows from index investors, much of which will ultimately flow into spot Bitcoin as Saylor continues his genius strategy. Bottom line, even the hardcore Vanguard boggleheads will be stacking Bitcoin by way of MicroStrategy. Just one more thing that isn't priced in. As all of this unfolds, it's important to keep in mind how the Bitcoin price is actually set. It isn't tethered to earnings, new product developments, etc. Its price is only limited by the understanding of the people buying and selling. Some of us understand how scarce it is and have already priced it at 1 million plus per coin. If the market suddenly shifted their views towards ours, there's nothing holding Bitcoin back from going to 500K plus virtually overnight. What could make that happen? For now, most people still view Bitcoin as a trade. If the market suddenly shifted their views toward ours, there's nothing holding Bitcoin back from going to 500K virtually overnight. What can make that happen. For now, most people still view Bitcoin as a trade, not the ultimate asset to accumulate. But as a thought experiment, imagine if a major nation state like Saudi Arabia made it clear that they were stacking Bitcoin with their profits, that they aren't looking to trade in and out, but create a multi-generational Bitcoin endowment. Perception would shift drastically overnight. Who would sell their Bitcoin for a mere 100,000 when they know Saudi Arabia is going to pour in decades worth of oil profits? The same shift could happen if corporations, major billionaires, etc. started publicly denominating their success in Bitcoin. Jeff Bezos just unloaded $4 billion in Amazon stock a few months after he was seen partying with Michael Saylor in St. Tropez. Did Saylor orange pill another whale? Who knows? But one thing's for sure, we're on a knife's edge. Only a few headlines away from a shift in perception that would bring drastically higher price levels. Plan accordingly. This next tweet is much shorter, but important. From @BitPain. If you accumulated Bitcoin in any significant way between 2020 and 2024, you've done the hard part. All you have to do now to achieve generational wealth is nothing. Hold your keys. Sit tight. Don't sell to Wall Street. Don't trade it for shitcoins. Don't try to time anything. Literally, just do nothing. Some of you will still fuck it up. Some of you will fuck up doing nothing. This one from Rip Van Winkle. Most people are projecting a Bitcoin price in the 100K to 200K price range. In the context of the long-term trend, they're basically saying that despite historic buying of $500 million per day net inflows from spot ETFs, Bitcoin is going to continue crawling up the lower trend line. I don't think they realize how quickly the Bitcoin supply is being hoovered up. I really don't. All of this buying has to push the price somewhere deep into this channel. Even the midpoint of the channel puts the price in the $700,000 range. Anything is possible, but I think a push deep into this channel is what's probable, given the macro backdrop. Multiple wars and the inevitable money printing, we will see. FYI, the midpoint of this channel means Bitcoin flips gold. Zoom out. And if you still haven't gotten the picture, if you still aren't seeing what I'm laying down here, what all of the data is showing, maybe this one will do it. Maybe this final tweet, it's the shortest one yet, will finally lock it in for you. New, Bloomberg's Eric Balkanus, might not be getting that right. Anyway, he says, reports that BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF has taken in $5.2 billion year to date, representing 50% of BlackRock's total net flows for their 417 ETFs. Now, last week I talked about mining in Ethiopia, right here. Chinese miners are flocking to Ethiopia, attracted by cheap energy, ideal climate. So China has Bitcoin miners going to Ethiopia to mine Bitcoin. BRICS enters Bitcoin mining. China and Ethiopia sign Bitcoin miners deal. The new BRICS member, Ethiopia, is signing Bitcoin mining deals with its alliance partner, China. So the long and short of this one is that China is getting into Bitcoin. Perception shapes reality. And reality right now, the fact of the matter is that Bitcoin is about 52,000 per coin. So if you have a whole Bitcoin and you want 52,000 US dollars, you can sell a Bitcoin and get that. That's true. That is reality. That is happening right now as of, well, I'm recording this on Sunday for release on Monday, so maybe it'll go up even more on Monday. Who knows? But that is the reality of the situation on Sunday, February 18th. And if you want to participate in that reality and you see where things are going, then you might want to get some Bitcoin. This is not financial advice, and it's certainly not health advice. It's just something that you might want to do. I don't know. If you're out in the rain, you might want an umbrella. Then again, maybe you're really thirsty, and so you just turn your face, look up, and open your mouth. I don't know. I don't know what you're into. But that's all I've got for this week. Remember, if you're interested in learning about mining, if you want to get into the energy sector side of things, check out the tickets right here to Mining Disrupt down. My hands is the QR code right down there. Check out Miami, sunny Miami. It'll probably be nice and toasty in June 24th through 26th. And get those tickets, sign up, meet other Bitcoiners, and I'll see you next week.